Hello, good evening and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here to cover the Porsche Sprint Trophy round 4 at Fuji Short. And what a humdinger I am expecting this to be. Let us have a look down the grid to see what is shaking. Mika's in the chat, up late. What is this? Music, I mean. It's rocking. Rockefeller Street. Anyway, so let's have a look at the grid, because I've taken up enough of your time. On pole, we have IR Graham doing a fantastic job during qualifying to stay ahead of the rest. In second place, Homesick Alien. In third, the purples of Matt Psycho. In fourth, we have Kale. In fifth, we have Liam Anfield. In sixth, we have Gazman. In seventh, we have Jam. In eighth, we have Cthulhu. In ninth, we have Noxy. In 10th, we have Jim One Wise. In 11th, we have Darren Salmon. In 12th, we have Jokers. And in 13th, we have Pat. That was a quick scramble through the grid, I know, but keep up. We're running short on time. Let's get to the race. I've got to start it. Hang on. There we go. It's very late at night. I'm not sure know what I'm doing. Let's have a look at IR Graham. It's awful camera. Can we do that? That's no better. Waiting for the go here at Fuji Short. What's Fuji Short? Is that just without the chicane at the end, isn't it? We'll see when we get there. We've got 8 laps, 3 sprint races. They've got to be on a different compound each race. So there we see IR Graham, that long drag down to the first corner. Can Homesick Alien undercut him? Oh, Homesick Alien going out a bit wide, making a bit of contact with IR Graham. IR Graham on the curb. IR Graham still holding the lead from Homesick Alien. It's side by side. Further back, Kale up to 3rd, Liam 4th, Cthulhu is in 5th, Gazman is in 6th, Noxy 7th. Jam is in 8th, Darren Salmon's moved to 9th, Matt Psycho's dropped to 10th place. In 11th we have Pat, oh no, to 11th we have Jokers that's fighting up and down the field. Jim One Wise lost out the most there. IR Graham still leader of the pack with Homesick Alien in 2nd spot. Kale there in 3rd, fighting with Liam Anfield for the last podium position. Looks like Liam Anfield's just going to move up the inside. Kale was out on the curbs, but no, Kale manages to maintain that 3rd spot from Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield determined as he is, trying to push on. Cthulhu there in 5th, viewing all of this. And in 6th, Gazman making great headway. There's clouds of dust, someone's on the dirt. Is it Kale again? Liam Anfield looking for a way. IR Graham still leading the pack with Homesick Alien in 2nd, 3rd place. Kale now. Kale's in 3rd. We've lost. Who did we lose? Who was there? My word. It was Liam no, it was Kale, wasn't it? Yeah, Kale and Liam Anfield fighting for it, sorry. Losing it now, but there Liam Anfield's dropping behind Cthulhu. No, Liam Anfield's still managing to stay ahead of Cthulhu, but dropping off the back of Kale. I might be too tired to do this and making mistakes already. And Gazman in 6th with Noxy under attack from Jam along the long straight of Fuji. Noxy trying his best to be defensive. Looks like Jam has already got the toe and is on his way, but Noxy in a great place to late brake and keep the inside of that corner as he does. Yes, no, enough on him there has Jam to be able to get past. Amazing stuff. Darren Salmon there in 10th with Matt Psycho on the comeback on his medium tyres. I should be making note of this, mediums. Pat there in 12th, he is also on the medium tyre. He's fighting Jim One Wise also on the medium tyre. Medium, very high choice this week. So IR Graham leading the way also on a medium tyre. Homesick Alien in 2nd also on the medium tyre. Kale is on the medium tyre. Wow, look at that. Top 3 on the medium. Gazman, he's on the super soft. Gazman is on the super soft. He has jumped from 6th on the grid up into 4th. In the background it looks like Kale dropping further back. Liam Anfield's dropped behind Cthulhu while we've been looking around. Noxy's got himself introduced into this. Still haven't seen Kale. Oh, what the hell, Kale's in 3rd. I don't know why I keep having a mind blank on Kale, but it's Liam Anfield who's struggling at the moment, dropping into the clutches of Jam, Jokers and Noxy, all lining up to take turns on him. Noxy is on the soft tyre. with a Jam. Oh no, that's still Jam. Oh, it looks like Noxie's had to pull off a little bit there and let the few through. Joker's then in. Oh, Matt Psycho's up to 8th. Let me hit the right button here. So Matt Psycho, he's making the most out of all of this trouble up ahead, and Liam Anfield's managing to stay. Not quite. It looks like Joker's has got him under the toe, but can Liam Anfield late break him? No. Joker's moving up into 6th place on those super soft tyres, and he's making the most of them right now. After qualifying 12th, he's up into 6th. Let's start from the front, shall we? Because I'm all over the shop here. IR Graham is leading this race. Kale is up into 2nd. He's managed to get past Homesick Alien. So Kale on the move now. Kale's on the medium. They're all on the medium at the front here. We've noticed that. But Homesick Alien staying close on his tail, trying to get the toe the next time round. We'll try and get back to them on the start straight. Gazman in a super 4th place so far, with Cthulhu down into 5th. Cthulhu on the medium tyre. I haven't got that written down yet. There you go. Joker's there. He's on the super softs, and that is true. Liam Anfield on the medium tyre. Maybe that's why he's struggling to stay with the leaders. Matt Psycho on the medium. I believe I've already got that. Liam Anfield medium. Jam. I haven't got Jam. Have I got Jam? Jam. He's on the medium. And it's just Darren Salmon I've got to keep a look at eye out for now. But there is Jam, 9th place, fighting with Noxie. Matt Psycho somehow getting ahead of these guys. Pat's not that far behind these guys. I've got Pat down for mediums, and that's what he's on. Jim also on the mediums. Oh, Pat's just losing the back end there. Giving Jim One Wise the place is Darren Salmon. Darren Salmon also losing the rear end of that Porsche. I've heard this last section is pretty tricky for these guys. Kale managing, no, there's Homesick trying to get that corner back and that position back, and he does, under toe. Fantastic stuff. Should have come back to that a bit earlier, I suppose. But Homesick Alien grabbing a 2nd back from Kale. Looks like they're just going to keep towing each other around and swapping positions. In 4th, Gazman still maintaining that great place. It's pulled a little bit away from Cthulhu. Cthulhu now struggling with Joker's all over him. Joker's on the super softs, therefore got so much more grip than Cthulhu ahead of him. Cthulhu, all he can do is drive defensive and hope to keep Joker's at bay. At the moment, Liam Anfield is falling back into the clutches of Matt Psycho. On his last lap round, Liam Anfield got a 136.944, with Matt Psycho clocking a 135.378. So some 4/10 faster at the moment. Matt Psycho also on the medium tyres, same as Liam Anfield. Looks like he's getting the better drive out of that Porsche. In 9th, Jam still ahead of Noxie, but Noxie matching him. In fact, going a lot faster the last lap, with Jam doing a 38.341 and Noxie doing a 37.758. That, I imagine, is down to the toe down the start straight. Jim One Wise, he's pretty much on his own there, with Pat a little bit further back, and Darren Salmon still trying to grasp the back of that Porsche. In the lead then, IR Graham, it looks like Homesick Alien and Kale have caught him up. Homesick Alien out of the toe, Kale getting in IR Graham's tail, and there's Homesick Alien. He's on the outside though, so IR Graham maintaining the inside line, and Kale still in 3rd, but they are so much closer to the leader now. And this is an exciting race for the top 3 here. Kale back into 2nd spot. Homesick Alien falling back into 3rd. Gazman, he's catching the guys up ahead of him. I believe he did a 35.7 on his last lap round. They did a 35.6, a 35.8 and a 36.9. There you see, IR Graham must have made a small mistake on that last lap, because the guys behind him are absolutely pulling him in that lap. We are on lap 5 of 8, so we're over halfway in this race. Super Softs will probably start to be feeling a little bit slidey now. Gazman, he has kept with the guys ahead. Cthulhu on his mediums. He's dropped to Joker's. Joker's a little bit further back. Joker's under pressure now from Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield looking to see what damage he can do. His medium tyres probably feeling a little bit stickier now than Joker's. Joker's was on the super soft, was he not? Let me check that with my list. It's super softs, yes. Joker's was on the super softs. So sitting on board, Liam Anfield just coming around to finish a lap 5 in the tight complex. And I have heard on Discord this section of road was real tricky in these Porsches. Now Liam Anfield in the toe. Is he just got enough of Joker's to manage to pull up towards him? It's a really long straight. sitting on board. I'm not sure, he's not putting that car in at super speeds, but it is getting closer. There is some tow there. He's lifted a little bit, he's decided not to use it. Going in, he's braking hard. He lifted a little there. I think he was, I don't know, interesting. I thought he did get the full use there, Liam Anfield, of the tow. But to me, it looked like he lifted slightly. IR Graham still in the lead there. Homesick Alien again ahead of Kale. What a race Kale and Homesick are having. Swapping second and third each lap. It's unbelievable. Gazman still, it looks like he's eking closer to the boys ahead, but his super softs are starting to look a little bit worn, especially the outside left. It doesn't look too happy there. Catula on his mediums in a beautiful 5th place. No one really near him that much. Joker's dropping behind, still fighting with Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield getting somewhat closer now, coming into the complex, the final section of the race track. And he's looked, Joker's out wide. He's given Liam Anfield an opportunity. Liam Anfield said, thank you very much, I will take that. And into 6th he goes, whilst Joker's struggling under those super softs, and he loses the back end. Oh, poor Joker's. Those tyres starting to really give up on him now. And he's back around again. We'll go around to the leaders, because now Homesick Alien in the tow of IR Graham. Can he make the move into the first corner? He's decided to go for the outside. IR Graham defensive on the inside. They're side by side. Homesick Alien slightly more closer ahead. There's a little panel bashing to let each other know where they are. And Homesick Alien, he's looking okay, but IR Graham on the inside just snatches it away from the Alien. And the Alien can all but sit and try for the next lap. Kale wanting to get closer to the guys ahead to get part of that tow. This fight all the way around, it looks like, from Homesick Alien. More comfortable on his medium tyres, I must say. IR Graham doing a 35.8 on the last lap, with Homesick doing a 35.2. Remember, Homesick Alien getting the benefit of the tow down the straight, and IR Graham having the benefit of punching that hole in the air for Homesick Alien. Kale not far behind. He is the holder of the fastest lap with a 35.234. So Homesick Alien on that last lap was only hundredths away. They're coming through the complex. Homesick Alien having a bit of dirt, and so was IR Graham, a little bit out wide, losing some momentum, giving Homesick Alien a very close quarter now, coming into the final corner. What can we see sitting on board with the Alien? They are so bumper to bumper. This is giving Kale every opportunity to get himself involved, and he has. There we see Kale slipping up the inside of the pair of them. It's going to be a 3-way battle all the way along the straight. There they are. IR Graham dropping down to 3rd spot. Homesick Alien trying to get a little toe off of Kale. It's about the late breaking into the first corner. Kale's in the lead. Homesick Alien in 2nd spot. He's going to have a look up the inside. We're on the final lap now. Oh my lord. This is going to be sorted out on the final lap. 3 wide going into the final corner. Oh, I mean the first corner. What am I? I'm getting a lap ahead of myself. Oh, and it looks like IR Graham snatching it in the middle there, but Homesick Alien's got the inside line. So Homesick Alien should come out a little bit ahead, but no, IR Graham carried the momentum round the outside of the corner, and he managed to keep the corner for himself. Homesick Alien trying to defend from Kale and fight IR Graham at the same time. We'll have a look around the group. There is Kazman in 4th. 5th is Catula. These guys are quite safe. They don't look like they've got anyone on them at the moment. Liam Anfield trying to catch Catula up on his medium tyres. We've got Jam in 7th place ahead of Noxie. Matt Psycho, I thought he got higher than that, but he's in 9th. With Jim One-Wise in 10th. Jokers has dropped right down to 11th after we saw him having his spin. Darren Salmon in 12th ahead of Pat. Pat looking like he's having a real struggle with those medium tyres. Wow, look at the rear end, the rear lefts of that Porsche. What's he going to do on the softs and the super softs? So IR Graham still maintaining this lead around the last part of the track. It looks like they've dropped Kale a little bit now, so it's Homesick versus IR Graham. Homesick's rear giving way from him. He's not been able to carry the momentum. He can't be right up his bumper into the last bit. He needs to really get this corner right and be on IR Graham down the straight to get the toe, to get the win, but no, it looks like IR Graham's got the better drive out of the last corner, and Homesick Alien, he's just sitting there, he's trying to get that toe. Where is the line? Can he make it? It looks like IR Graham has got it all sewn up just about, and there you go, IR Graham from Homesick Alien, from Kale. Fantastic top 3 for you. And Gazman crossing the line in 4th, with Catula coming there in 5th, but he looks like Liam Anfield's going to have a go at the toe in the straight, but no. Cthulhu manages to keep 5th. Liam Anfield dropping down to 6th. Whoa, 7th, 8th, 9th. I think Pat's got quite a long way to go round. I think I'm all right. 10th for Jim on Y, sorry. Matt Psycho in 9th. Noxie in 8th. Jam, I said, was in 7th. And Darren Salmon just coming around now towards the line, so I'll pause it there. Pat did get lapped just before the line, so whoa, slow down, man. That was epic of epic. We've had some racing this week on the VRC. I have got to say, the Virtual Racers Club, the last round of the Red Bulls that happened just hours ago was frantic. The people, it was more about who could keep hold of the Red Bull, because they were bucking like wild tonight. They were throwing themselves off the track, and those guys had their hands full, and what an epic sight it was to behold. And on Friday evening we had the 2.5 hour race at Spa that was just, it was non-stop from beginning to end. You think these long drawn out races, it's a bit of racing the first sort of 10-15 minutes maybe, and then you're going to have 2.5 hours of just buffing and filling and fluffing and talking rubbish, and it was not like that at all at Spa, not one bit. It was absolutely from beginning to end race. It was brilliant. And this Virtual Racers Club lot, I mean, even if I wasn't part of them, I've got to say they come up with some absolute corkers. They really do. And this was great. So IR Graham maintaining that first place. Sorry, I like to write these down. You'll have to stick with me. So another win there for IR Graham to go with the 1 from round 3, 2 from round 2, and 1 from round 1. Homesick Alien, so close, Homesick. So close. He's only won, believe it or not, in the first round. Yeah, he got a win at round 1 in the middle race, so he needs to be getting on that top step a little bit more. He's used to being on the top step. In 3rd we have KLKL, strong runner this season, really is adapted to this Porsche, and he can drive it. That is pants. There you go. Oh, a long shot, great. He's really done well in this Porsche. He's grabbed it by the scruff of the neck, and he gets it there. He gets it up there in the top 3 quite often. Almost every round he's been up there, with a win in the first round and a win in round 3, a podium in round 2. So like I said, he's always there. In 4th we have Gazman. There, he's highest is 4th. He'll be wanting to get on the podium. He keeps getting close. He's got to just take that little bit to get onto the podium before the end of the season. This is the second half of the season. It's a 6-round season. This is round 4, so Gr.3. I don't even think I told you we were at Fuji for round 4 of the Porsche Sprint Trophy. That's my fault, and I apologise. In 5th place we have Cthulhu. Cthulhu's had a handful of podiums. In 5th we have Liam Anfield. He's written down somewhere. There he goes. He had internet problems, I believe. He missed most of round 2. He got a 3rd and a 4th in the first round, and he got a win in the last round. So Liam Anfield, he'll be there at the end of the season fighting for the championship, I'm sure. 7th place we have Jam. What a clump of cars we had there. They had a right old race, that little middle group. 7th. Jam's had a 2nd twice in the first 2 rounds. Not so good last round with a 5th, 11th and a 7th. He's continuing that with a 7th here at Fuji International Speedway. In 8th we've got Noxie. I think he missed the first round. His top finish is a 6th last round out in the second race. No, his top finish, sorry, is 4th in round 2 at the last race. So an 8th there for Noxie. 9th, Matt Psycho. He's not used to being down here, I tell you. Looking along his list, you know, he's only had 1 win at round 2 in the middle race. A few 5ths, 4ths, a couple of 3rds. I don't think he's had anything as far down as a 9th though. Maybe an 8th, but not a 9th. In 10th, Jim One Wise. This is well, I did the grid quick, so I can drag this out while I'm writing stuff down. Jim One Wise finishing in 10th spot. His top finish is 7th place in round 1. He'll be trying to get back there again, get back into that mindset. Oh god, both those shots are terrible, and that's one of the best liveries as well. How annoying. So there is a Jokers in 11th. My word, wasn't he having a race? He was up there, he was biting at their heels, but the rear end of that Porsche just really gave up on him. And you know, on the super softs, those tyres, it was going to be a struggle to get them all of the way there. 12th we have a Darren Salmon. Darren Salmon in 12th. He missed the first 2 rounds. Got a 12th, a 7th and a 13th last round. 12th this round. And in 13th we have Pat, also just joining from the last round. 14th, a 12th and a 6th. And now 13th. He's getting all the numbers. Superstar. Mad race, says Mika Wiver. Are you still awake? I thought you was drifting off to my dull tones. Right then, so yes, that's it. All of you guys that have a little bit of, we need to see the end of the race, here it is. You see the flag waving, Darren Salmon coming towards it, and we are done. Boom. Right, I'll just quickly load up the next race for you whilst I talk about things. So this, they should be on a different set of tyres than they were in the race 1. It's another, what was it, 8-lap race. It's going to be crazy. They'll be starting, I think I got it wrong last time, so I'm going to say they're starting reverse of the order that they finished in the first race. No, they're not, because that says IR Graham. That's not even the right thing, sorry. I don't even know what I've just loaded up. Oh, it's because I didn't go to create. Give me a second. The Red Bulls finished tonight, and that's not even them. Oh, what a dip. Right, hang on. Let me go to collection and not just click on any old thing. Shows you how much attention I'm paying. So this is a race 2 of round 4 at the Fuji Speedway for the Porsche. I'll read it next time. I'm just blindly flicking at buttons. Me and technology, we love it. That's a good one, yeah. Snip that one up, put it in the sizzle reel. Super duper. I've done a lot of broadcasting this weekend, you know. I did like 3 hours worth for the Spa, and an hour on Sunday. It's not a lie, is it, really? And now I'm doing this. Second race that's only 50% loaded. They usually load a bit quicker in this. So I think they're going to start in the reverse order if they finish. That's what I'm my edge in my bets with. And we will see. Yeah, the blooper's reel. And this is when the main one would be me mixing Shadow Rider and Racer Brown up, because I don't know why. I think they both sort of joined in the first together, and for some reason I just get, and Guesty and Noxie, them two, and it's, I don't know, I just get the names mixed up. I haven't got a clue why. It's just a weird mental block, especially if they're racing close together. And Psycho Pace and Matt Psycho, oh god, the amount of times I get those two bloody, I'm telling you, I've got a few blind spots when it comes to this. Well, I've got a lot, but those really stand out. But I think I haven't noticed me getting Shadow Rider or, yeah, pass on pole. I was right, it's reverse. I don't think I've got Racer Brown and Shadow Rider mixed up, and I don't think I've got Guesty and Noxie mixed up for a while. I think I got... No, anyway, start of the race. Stop talking rubbish, start talking route racing. So we've got Pat on the pole position. Have we got... That's the best we've got. Okay, that's the shot. That's the shot that Gran Turismo thinks is the best one for the start of the race. I would like to be looking down towards the front of the cars, but this is the one. So they're off. Pat taking the lead from Darren Salmon. Oh, there we go. Now we've got a good shot. So there we see Pat from Darren Salmon, and Joker's trying to get involved as well with Jim on Wise. Matt Psycho looks like, oh my gosh, looks like Kale had a Noxie, sorry, had a massive one. Darren Salmon maintaining. I'm not. Oh, shall I go back? I don't know. No red flag has been shouted, because this is the whole replay So let's have a look what we've got then. So Matt Psycho is in the lead of Darren Salmon by Liam Anfield. Then Kale is in 4th, Jokers is in 5th, Homesick Alien is just ahead of IR Graham, 6th and 7th. Oh no, Cthulhu. Oh my gosh, someone's dropping. Oh, Jokers is dropping down the order. So 6th is now Homesick Alien with 7th Cthulhu. 8th is Jokers, 9th is Gazman, 10th is Jam, in 11th is Pat, who was the pole, Jim Unwise and Noxie. It looks like Jim Unwise, it looked like Noxie missed his braking point and absolutely ploughed into Jim Unwise and maybe Pat's. They haven't called a red flag because this is a whole race, so I assumed they were all happy to go along with it. So Matt Psycho has inherited the lead after all of that. Liam Anfield moving up into 2nd spot with Darren Salmon there. Darren Salmon on his super soft tyres. I'm going to write these in. Super soft tyres. He's got Kale all over the back of him trying to find a way past. Kale's got Homesick Alien nipping at his tails as well, so Kale is on the soft tyre. And it's all down here with their Darren Salmon trying to get away along the straight, but they can get each other's toe. Look at the train is all the way back to Cthulhu, all pulling each other along in the toe. This is absolutely delicious to watch. It's going to be a crumple in the first corner. There we go, there's Kale. There is Kale, because it's the bloody golf car. Kale jumping over Darren Salmon now, and Homesick Alien is up the inside of Darren Salmon. Nothing he can do when they've all got the toe, and Kale is the one that got away. It looks like he's managed to cut off Homesick Alien, and Cthulhu is alongside the Alien and tucks in behind. Further back is Gazman. Let's have a quick look at his tyres, because I'm missing things. Gazman is on the medium, and he's got Jam sitting right behind him. Jam on the super softs. He used the mediums in the first race, and there he goes trying to make his way up the inside with the superior tyre, but Gazman defending on the inside of the corner. They're into the complex. Joker's going out wide. Have I got Joker's tyres yet? Not yet. IR Graham struggling on the super softs. IR Graham, where is he? Super softs there in 9th place, down with Jokers. Jokers is on the medium tyre, getting a bit carried away with tyres, but I do need to write them down. Pat in 11th, he's on the super softs, but we saw he struggled early on with a Noxie injury. 12th is Jim Unwise on the super soft. Oh, they must be so gutted that they got slammed out early doors because they were on the better tyre, and Noxie, that's probably what caught him out, was the medium tyre, braking used to the first tyre he was on. Matt Psycho, what was the first tyre that Noxie was on? He was on the soft tyre, so he would have got a lot more grip. So Kale now getting ahead of Liam Anfield there. Homesick Alien and Cthulhu all getting past Darren Salmon. There's me getting all carried away with numbers. Jam is up into 7th. Graham Gazman's dropped a lot there. He's dropped way too much for the toe, maybe, but there's Gazman now down into 9th, maybe, so he was 7th, so it's just Jam and IR Graham that have managed to jump him. Joker's in 10th. We know Pat is 11th, Jim Unwise 12th, and Noxie in the final spot. So, whew, wow. I haven't got Homesick's tyres yet. He's down in 4th. He's down in 4th. He seems to be a man on his own on his soft tyres. And I haven't seen Matt Psycho's tyres. I have. He's on the super soft. So Matt Psycho are making great gains with those super softs. Liam Anfield in 3rd. We saw he was in 2nd. Got caught out by Kale. Now he's on the super softs. He was on the mediums in the first race. And Cthulhu, who's behind Homesick, in 5th. He is also on the softs. Right, I've got everyone's tyres. That's my obsession over and done with. We're on lap 3 of this race. Matt Psycho leading the way quite a bit, I think. Kale's not that close. Well, not too far away, but he's got Liam Anfield to worry about down this final straight. Homesick Alien not too far behind them. I don't think he might be able to pick up. Oh, he might be able to pick up their toe. Who knows? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what's going to unfold ahead of us in the best position in the house. Sat on board with the Alien in 4th, trying to pick up Liam Anfield's toe, who is trying to pick up Kale's toe in 2nd spot. And Kale probably is trying to pick up a bit of Matt Psycho's toe, even though he looked a bit further back. There we go. It looks like no one's really done any difference there. Going around the first corner. I wonder how long I can manage to stay on car. Behind us we have Cthulhu on the little computer screen. He looks quite far back. That's quite deceiving. And Darren Salmon sitting in 6th with IR Graham 7th, Jam in 8th. I think they were all affected by that early collision with Noxie. Looks like the Alien making grounds on Liam. Liam out wide in that corner, struggling maybe on his super softs. Looks like he's more preferable to a car with a bit of slide underneath him than he is. I mean, he did really well in the Audi R8. There you go. Yeah, it was without the last game. On to the oh no, not quite the final straight yet, just these last sections of corners. See if we can get a toe. A little lag spike there from Liam, I do believe. The reason he missed a couple of rounds was because, well, a round and the end of one round is because of internet issues. Was it wheel issues? I can't remember. I think it's wheel issues because he had pictures on Discord of in his wheel apart. Now we're in a perfect place for a toe. Liam Anfield dropping back from Kale. Not getting the benefit of the toe from Kale. So there we go, Homesick Alien pulling out, trying to get into the first corner. There's a little bit of wheel bashing, just letting each other know they're there. And Homesick, they're moving into third place quite easily on his soft tyres versus Liam's super softs that do look like they're starting to look a bit angry there. But Liam Anfield getting the most of his grippier tyres, pulling back alongside the Alien and back ahead of the Alien in the corners. So those super softs are really paying dividends into the first corner. Let's have a look around. Cthulhu now ahead of IR Graham. IR Graham's made his way through the pack to be ahead of Darren Salmon. We saw Darren Salmon quite high up earlier on, and everyone was, oh no! Darren Salmon going onto the curbs, losing the back end of the Porsche. So where were we? IR Graham 7th now for Jam, moving ahead of Darren Salmon. Gazman in 8th with Jokers in 9th. Pat moving up into 10th with Jim Wise and Pat back into the shout with each other after those early coming togethers. Darren Salmon's dropped behind those guys with Noxie looking like he's struggling with something there on his medium tyres. Did I have Noxie on mediums? Yes, I did, because I think that's why he late braked. Not late brake, just didn't stop when he braked. So there, Matt Psycho happily in the lead of this race. Kale just in the tow. Kale's got the fastest lap with a 34.1. My gosh, they were doing 35s in that last stint, weren't they? So Kale in the tow, but not enough to make a difference. Back though, it looks like Liam and Homesick having a bit of a tow battle. Homesick going really defensive into this first corner. Has Liam got enough momentum to swing under him? He's trying it. He's got the grippier tyres. He's coming up alongside the Alien. The Alien's trying to be quite defensive, breaking down his turning point. Oh, it looked like the Alien quite late braked himself, but no, he's made it into the corner. Liam Anfield now sitting behind the Alien. His tyres looking redder and redder each corner. Homesick's not so bad, and he's there up into a third place with Cthulhu in a 5th, getting ever closer to these guys ahead. It looks like Liam is struggling with those tyres. He's going quite wide in a lot of the corners. IR Graham, he's enjoying these super softs, but he does seem to be catching up. He did a 35.0 on his last lap, with Cthulhu doing a 35.9, so 9 tenths faster than Cthulhu on that last lap. Jam keeping up with him on the super softs. And look at Jam, he looks after a set of tyres like I have. I know it's Kale and most of the LNR guys really look after tyres, but Jam, he's got such a gentle touch about him. He really has, because he doesn't destroy a set of tyres. Unlike me, I saw that wheel all over the place. There is a Gazman just sitting behind Jam on the medium tyres, hoping that they'll come to him when their tyres are going off. Jokers on the medium also, same position as Gazman, waiting for the race to come to them. 2 more laps left, and Jim Wise getting himself back into it after being knocked out in the first lap. He's not too far behind Jokers, and maybe catching him up by the end of the race. Pat there keeping up with Jim Wise, with Darren Salmon still on the straight with him. All could happen at the back, and we read the table earlier, and it looks like Noxie is just having a mare with this car at the moment. Up ahead then, Matt Psycho and Kale ever closer together. It's amazing. Homesick. He's shaken off Liam. Liam's now struggling with those tyres so much. He's dropping into the clutches of Cthulhu. Cthulhu making the inside move on Liam. Liam struggling. He's a lamb to slaughter on his tyres. They are pretty chewed up, but so's our Cthulhu's really. And he's using softs. And there comes Liam Anfield back at Cthulhu. It's even Stevens there with IR Graham wanting a piece of the action, and also Jam lining up. They're all queuing up for a piece of those old tyres that Liam Anfield's just fighting his car to stay on track. IR Graham just reminding him he's there, just with a little gentle tap on the outside. But there we see Liam Anfield. It's all been too much for his tyres. He lost the track and now he's moved back on, but he's fallen behind, and Cthulhu's sideways going around the last turn, and IR Graham just super softs or not, he managed to got some grip out of those useless lumps of rubber that's on his Porsche at the moment. They're side by side with Cthulhu giving Jam a lovely little toe, punching the hole in the air for him. So Jam should be arriving at the first corner faster than the other guys. Here is Jam in fifth. Cthulhu is 3 wide again. They do like it. Every race we get a 3 wide. There's all a little bit of touching. IR Graham moving forward. Jam there, he loses out, it seems. He's dropped behind Cthulhu, so everyone being a little polite there, letting each other go. IR Graham in 4th, Cthulhu in 5th, Jam in 6th, with Liam Anfield clinging onto the back of these with his dying tyres, saying, hey, you keep racing each other, I'll have some action there. Meanwhile, Gazman is keeping Jokus at bay. They're both on their mediums. They were hoping those guys ahead were going to come to them, but they just seem to get too far away in the end. In 10th, Jim One Wise, dropping Pat. Darren Salmon's nice and spaced between them. Up in the lead there we have Kale and Matt Psycho. They're still fighting it out. Kale going for an inside line, but now Matt has the inside line, coming around the last few corners of the final lap. Kale doing anything he can to try and get upset the handling of Matt Psycho's car. Now they're going on. This is where Kale should be wanting to be on the back of Matt Psycho and try and give him the jump before the finish line, but Matt Psycho seems to have got a good drive. But there is Kale. It's going to be neck and neck coming over the line, I'm sure of it. There's Matt Psycho still ahead at the moment. Matt Psycho, Kale. Wow, that was close. Matt Psycho first, Kale second. Homesick Alien managed to get that 3rd place. IR Graham grabbing 4th in the last few laps. Jam in 6th. But Liam Anfield was down to 6th, sorry. 7th for Cthulhu, so Liam Anfield got ahead of Cthulhu in the end. Jokus got ahead of Gazman. Somehow there's Jim One Wise coming over in 9th. It wasn't a lost cause. Gazman in 10th place. 11th for Darren Salmon, not bad in the end. 12th for Pat. Just coming around the final corner now. Noxie not too far away. Pat's tyres must be absolutely dead, because it looks like he cannot drive that car. But luckily for him, Noxie has had a small off. So we'll watch Pat go across the line, and we'll go through the finishing results. There we see Pat crossing the line, and Mike's risking it, waiting. And there we see Noxie just coming around the final corner and on to the final straight. He has not enjoyed this Fuji race in that Porsche, but I have heard that last section is very, very skittish. Whew. So the winner of that one, oh god, miles away view of Matt Psycho. Absolutely fantastic. There I say, 9th, and then a win in race 2. 2nd place, Kale. Fought him all the way. I bet we missed a lot of good racing there because I was too busy watching the guys down the field, but there was a clump of 4 or 5 of them racing. You can't miss 3 going into a corner, can you? 3 wide, man. We've had that in 2 races now. So, oh my lord. We'll just get your binoculars out. This is how we're viewing the cars. Right there, the front one, miles away, was Homesick Alien with a fantastic podium. Take a boo. My son, there he goes. He got 2nd last race, 3rd this race. Awesome stuff. In 4th, we have IR Graham. Not used to finishing down there, is he? His lowest finish is 5th place. Everything else has been mainly 1st, 2nds, and a 3rd. So fourth, not the worst finish he's had, but very close. In fifth, we have the Jam, Wham Bam Jam Slam. He got a fifth from his seventh in his last race. Still not won a race. He's had a couple of second places, but he still hasn't got to, oh, what's it called? Don't have a blank on me now. It's going to annoy me. I want it. Victory Lane. There you go. Cruise down Victory Lane. Right, in sixth, sorry, reminiscing. Oh, we have Liam Anfield. Oh, he's got a pair of sixes. If he was playing poker, that would be a strong hand. In seventh, we have Cthulhu. Cthulhu. Alonso did great in his test, I heard. The King is coming back. We can rejoice, Cthulhu. I know you understand me. I live with English people and they do not understand my love for Alonso. When you have only Hamilton to look up to, you need the Alonsos in the world. And he's back again. Great. Ah, so chuffed. Cthulhu. Fernando Cthulhu. So 8th place, we have Jocus. Great finish for him. He had a pair of 8s in the first round, so he wants to be jumping up a spot from that, but 8th place from Jocus. Brilliant. In 9th, we have Jim 1 Wise. Like I said, he had a pair of 7s in the first round. In 10th, Gazman. I think those tyres just got the better of him. Well, no, he was on the mediums, wasn't he? He was waiting for those super softs to fall back to him. So maybe a small mistake from Gazman, and don't often have them. And he's back in 10th place, and that equals his worst finish from last round, 10th. 11th, we have a Darren Salmon. I'll find him. Darren Salmon there. He's one better than his first race, 12th, and then 11th. In 12th, we have Pat. Pat there, 13th from the first race, now in 12th. Great stuff, great stuff. That's a similar pattern to round 3. That means he should be coming 6th in the next race. And it just didn't look like it was Noxie's day today in that Porsche. He did not look comfortable. After a great 8th place in the first race, he's backed that up with a 13th. I think he missed his braking spot. I don't think he got comfortable with the medium tyres. He's not in it anymore. And Guesty, I haven't noticed Guesty here yet. Right then, so let's just let Guesty make his way over the line and we'll get on with race 3 and we won't load up some Red Bull stuff. Yum yum yum, Red Bull. And there he goes, Guesty in 13th spot. Now then, I'll remember to move over to collection. Go on to this one because that's the 3rd race. VRC Porsche Sprint Trophy round 4 race 3. Got it right. And then we click on play. Monkey see, monkey did. They have to write it down. Click on there. Press X. Press X on that. That's why I don't use computers anymore since XP. At least XP used to babysit you everything you did. Windows XP. I loved it. It was the best. Yeah, and they took that away, and now computers don't help you do things, so I can't use them. I needed the little paperclip pop up every 2 minutes saying, if you press this button, this will happen. Oh, thank you, paperclip. That was very helpful of you. I will I'll remember that for next time. So the next time you pop up and tell me what will happen, I'll get annoyed with you because I remember. Ah, XP. Life was simpler with XP. Windows 10 is the devil. I didn't even mind Windows 7. I was alright with Windows 7. I found my way around. Then Windows 10 happened and it just killed my laptop and I just don't care. Ah, Mika still has her PC running on XP. That must be a joy to try and get it to connect to anything. So here we go for race 3 of the Porsche. And that loaded quite quickly, didn't it? Or that rant about XP went on too long. One of the two. You decide. Put it in the comments. No one ever says anything in the comments. I asked you to like and submarine last time, but I found out submarine meant subscribe. Like and sub, guys. Like and sub, like and sub. Get rid of the big numbers if you like and sub. And then we'll wait for the start if you like and sub. We've got Noxie on the front there on his pair of beautiful super softs. Noxie, I'm going to write that down before they even get off. Super softs for Noxie. He's going to be getting into that first corner. It looked like someone had a bit of a jump, but no, maybe just quick off the line. Was it the jam? Because someone moved quickly then. And there behind him we can see him fighting over spots with Pat, Darren and Gazman all trying to get in. There's Noxie getting into the first corner first with Pat in second, Gazman in third. Oh, it looks like Joker's there going wide on the first corner. In fourth is Darren Salmon ahead of IR Graham. IR Graham just keeping off Liam Anfield with Cthulhu in seventh. Kale back in eighth with Jam in ninth. We saw Jam, I thought, moving off the line quite quickly. Looks like he slipped back a little bit now. Homesick Alien in 10th. 11th we have Jim One Wise fighting Jokers and Matt Psycho at the back. Back to the front then we've got Noxie still leading the way from Pat. Pat ahead of Gazman, but Gazman's losing the back end on his soft tyres. Gazman, I haven't got time to look down and write things down. Gazman's soft, I just found him soft. So Noxie, where did Gazman go? Down to 5th. So Noxie leading from Pat, but IR Graham is there. IR Graham is flying through. IR Graham's just bounced off Pat and then bounced off the road, and that has put IR Graham back down into 4th spot behind Liam Anfield. He's trying to come back at Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield sliding around. What tyres is Liam Anfield on? He's on the softs, but they're not warmed up yet because he's finding no grip in that last section. Noxie now leading the way still from Pat. Pat maintaining that second place, even though he's had Liam, IRG and Darren Salmon all fighting him for it. He will not release that second spot, but now he's in the tow zone, and Liam Anfield is in a perfect spot, trying to punch a hole through the air and get past, but he knows Darren Salmon doing the same for IR Graham there, helping them down the straight, with Gazman also grabbing a bit of a tow from Darren Salmon there in 7th. Kale. So Noxie, is he into the first corner? He's got a lovely gap, but Pat is absolutely swamped 4-5 aside, and IR Graham looks like he outbraked himself. He's gone to the outside. Liam managed to move up the inside, and Pat is back into second. Pat, you survivor, go on Pat. Pat on the soft tyres, causing no end of problems for the guys ahead of him, with Liam Anfield on the soft tyres also. IR Graham on the softs. Where is IR Graham? Up there on the softs. My gosh, they're having a battle down here, and Pat is maintaining defensive driving, but it looks like Liam trying to get up the inside of him. He's being frustrated. IR Graham sitting back, trying to find a weakness, and now Liam Anfield and IRG side by side. Behind them is Gazman. Kale is in 6th, with 7th is Darren Salmon. He slipped down a little bit of the order. There's Homesick Alien on 8th, trying to make a move. Jam in 9th, ahead of Cthulhu in 10th. With 11th spot we see Matt Psycho. He's moved up a few ahead of Jim One Wise and Jokers. We saw Jokers going wide just out of the picture earlier in the race, and Noxie from having the worst race ever to having one of his best races. Lap 2, miles ahead, but they've all got past now. Pat's down to 6th. Oh, poor Pat. He's been trying his hardest to fight. He's quite aggressive, but Liam Anfield now up into 2nd spot with IR Graham in his tow. This is crazy stuff, leading down into the first corner, and Gazman now 4th, with Kale in 5th. We've got IR Graham pulling out, trying to get the inside line on Liam Anfield, and Liam Anfield just sitting. There's nothing he can do in that spot, hoping that IR Graham outbrakes himself, gets caught out by the tow. Gazman's found himself in there, and he's knocked IR Graham. IR Graham still maintaining that car though, and keeping that 2nd spot. That's brilliant. After being punted as well by Gazman, missing his braking spot because of the tow, and now Kale down into 5th, with Homesick Alien up into 6th, Jam up into 7th, Matt Psycho is up into 8th. Matt Psycho having a great race. There is Darren Salmon falling down into 9th, with, looks like Cthulhu's dropped down a little bit into 10th. 11th is Joker's Jim One Wise, and oh, poor Pat, he's down to the back of the pack after a gallant, great 2.5 laps from Pat. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Amazing. So Noxie just waiting now. Noxie's on the super softs. He's getting the purples. IRG on the soft tyres with Liam Anfield also on the soft tyres, but he's having to fight off Kale. Kale on the super softs. At this point he wants to make hay before they start dying. He wants to get past those soft clad tyres and chase after Noxie. Just seeing what Noxie's getting out of it. Gazman on the soft tyre. He's ahead of Jam. Jam also on the soft. It's all pretty even. Stevens down here with these guys. We'll find Jam there, soft tyre. Homesick Alien, he's on the super saucers. Homesick Alien, he'll be wanting to get ahead of these guys and make the most of those. And Matt Psycho on the soft tyre. Here we go, we're all clumping up to the first corner. This is going to be quite a show. Jam, Homesick Alien, just ahead of Gazman. Wow, 2x2, they're trying to get in. And it looks like Homesick Alien has got himself in ahead of Jam. Jam moving ahead of Gazman. And Matt Psycho still in 8th, but he's trying to get a move on the Gazman there. He's not managed it. Oh, there's been a bit of contact. Gazman out wide. But Matt Psycho redressing, very gentlemanly. But Cthulhu's coming at him now. Cthulhu on those super soft tyres. Whilst Gazman is still struggling on his soft tyres against these guys behind him. Gazman out wide. He's not finding the grip that he would like to have. In 10th, Darren Salmon next on the list on his soft tyres. Gazman's really struggling at the moment. In 11th place we have a Jim 1 Wise. Jim 1 Wise, he's on the soft tyre ahead of Jokers, who's also on the soft tyre. Pat, who's slipped to the back on the soft tyre. So there's a battle here near the raging at the other end of the track. Up at front, Noxie beautifully sailing away, but IR Graham is catching him up. Noxie's getting great use out of those tyres though. That Fantech wheel, is it? Was it Noxie who bought him one? See, again, Noxie, Guesty, one of them two bought themselves a Fantech. And at 3:20 in the morning, I'm confused, so I can't tell. So there is a lovely gap from IR Graham and Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield not managed to get the tow, but Kale providing the tow for Homesick Jam and Matt Psycho. It's going to be everyone trying to get the first corner again, but looks like Kale managing to stay in 4th, Homesick Alien in 5th. Matt Psycho moving himself ahead of Jam. Oh, Jam frustrated, he's off. Oh my lord, Jam's dropping. He's dropping all those positions. He must be absolutely furious with himself. So Kale 5th, he's behind Homesick Alien now. In all of that, Homesick Alien managing to get past Kale. Kale down to 5th position. Struggling with those tyres maybe at the rear left, looking a little angry. Homesick Alien, yeah, it's about similar though. Oh, and Homesick Alien off wide. Homesick Alien only just getting back on the track in 4th ahead of Kale. There's a bitter fight out there between these two. My lord, the South African trying all he can, throwing out the Englishman there. Homesick Alien, he's just getting squeezed out on the outside, but does that put him onto the dirt? But it wasn't. Kale still showing 4th, 5th, who knows between these, and Kale gets the pull in front into the corner, and Homesick has to sit into 5th, waiting for the tow of the start straight. Gazman in 5th, he's coming back. Cthulhu now in 6th, so Jam dropping down. Jokers has moved up. Darren Salmon. Jam has dropped, and Matt Psycho, we missed it, but Matt Psycho has fallen down to 12th position. My word, I am sorry I missed that, but there, Matt Psycho down to 12th, just ahead of Pat, and he's trying to get himself by Jim 1 Wise, which he does. We'll have cut back to see how they're doing, but obviously we've got Noxie and IR Graham. IR Graham in the tow, he caught Noxie up. Can Noxie do anything about him with his super soft tyres? Can he come back at him in the corner with the better grip? All we can do is watch. IR Graham, great defensive driver. No, it looks like IR Graham has got the moves on him. He's got the feel of this Porsche. He did a 35.1 on his last lap against Noxie's 36.0. Liam Anfield still sitting pretty in 3rd, and in Kale. Kale winning the battle in the tow, it seems, ahead of Homesick Alien. Kale on the super soft tyres, and so is Homesick Alien. Both of them will be struggling with grip later in the race, with Cthulhu also on the super softs. And my word, his car looks a little battered. Looks like he's had an adventure in this race. There is Gazman in 7th place, trying to stay there with Cthulhu, hoping that his tyres go off sooner than Gazman's. Joker's in 8th. Another great race for Joker's. 9th is Matt Psycho. He's pulled himself a few places up from last time we saw him. Jim One Wise getting attacked by Jam making his way past Jim One Wise. Jim One Wise looks like he's having an adventure in that car also. That Coca-Cola looks a bit scuffed. Darren Salmon in 12th, following them guys, and Pat there trying to keep that back end under control. These Porsches have got a loose back end. You really got to catch that bad boy. So IR Graham taking the lead of this race from Noxie on lap 7. Only this lap and the next to go, with Homesick Alien and Kale fighting over third. But no, Kale, Homesick and Liam. Liam's fallen back into the clutches of these guys. My word, who saw that coming? So Liam on his soft tyres against Kale on his super softs and Homesick on his super softs. They've caught Liam Anfield up, and these two carrying on the battle side by side all the way around this track. This is crazy. Kale just about ahead of Homesick, but now Homesick will pull ahead in the inside. Will he not? You'd think so, yeah. Homesick just ahead, but now Kale is ahead. It's crazy. Is this the whole lap they're going to do side by side? It looks like it. Liam Anfield saying that looks fun, boys. Synchronised racing, let me have a go. And there we still see Kale and Homesick side by side coming around the last section now. Homesick pulling ahead of Kale. Liam Anfield going alongside Kale and pulling ahead of Kale. Kale giving him a little nudge saying yeah, but you'll be soon out of that position. But all the time Homesick managing to pull away from that little battle that he was in. So brilliant stuff. Kale having to wait for the last corner to get the toe, and Liam trying to stay as close to Homesick as possible so he can get himself a toe on his soft tyres. Here they go, moving over to follow. Hang on, 6th, and that, oh god, that's not right. Who's at the back of that? Oh, sorry, Kale. Here we go, sorry. That's the one I wanted. So, Kale trying to get a toe on Liam Anfield. He gets on the brakes into the first corner. It looked like Homesick had made a mistake. He went out wide, and oh my god, I don't think Kale was expecting to meet him there. And now it seems that Homesick Alien has been battered out of the way. Where is he? He's dropping still. There he goes. He's going slow. Has he knocked someone off as well? Is he having to wait for him? I don't know. No, there's no one else further down. I think the guys are still there. Liam Anfield, Cthulhu, and managed to gain out of that to get ahead of Liam Anfield. But Liam Anfield coming back at Cthulhu. We're on the final lap. Has IR Graham gone across? Not yet. Someone just gone across the line, but it's not IR Graham. Noxie in 2nd. Great place for him. Liam Anfield fighting with Cthulhu. So who was it? Was Homesick then? I don't know. I didn't know if there was someone else there. Look at Matt Psycho. He was right at the back earlier on. What a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. I said that during the 2.5 hour race, and I think it's LL Cool J who Mama said knock you out. I couldn't remember the song, but I had to look it up. But it's the opening lines. Don't call it a comeback. I was here all along. So there we see IR Graham going to take another victory like the first race. Fantastic stuff. Awesome. No stopping this man. IR Graham for the win. Noxie coming across 2nd spot. In 3rd, Liam Anfield getting some. He's had 2 6s, so there he finishes in 3rd on the podium. Great stuff. There's Gazman 4th. Matt Psycho is in 5th. Joker 6th. Homesick Alien managing 7th after all of that. 8th for Jim One Wise. 9th and 10th for Thingy. And hang on. Can't keep up with it. Sorry. 10th for Jam. Kale back in 9th. What? Oh yeah, because him and Homesick, so it was Kale, I think. Yeah, Kale was up there, wasn't he? I couldn't think who was up there. Oh, poor Kale, poor Homesick. 10th for Jam, 11th for Cthulhu, 12th for Darren Salmon, and oh yeah, they were alright. Pat's a little bit further away. I was getting nervous. So Darren Salmon, we can see, crossing the line for 12th. Man, they all crossed the line in such quick succession in that last bit. It was stressing me out. I needed to pause it just in case. Oh, I don't think Pat will be wanting us to watch his last lap. He's really struggling. Look at what he does to his rear tyre. I don't think anyone's had that much wear on the rear left tyre as Pat can get in this last section. Just not enjoying This car has got no grip at the back there. I don't mean to laugh, it's awful. Awful for him. But yeah, he's getting horrible tyre wear on the last, on that rear left. Really is struggling to keep it together there. Right, we'll go through the grid, the finishings. So, I.R. Graham, blurry. There you go, that's not bad, is it? 54 car, Zingra, hey up. So we missed some chat. I reckon bad brake bias for Pat, says Mika Wivery. You should work with him, get in there with him, have a bit of a Porsche off. Tell him what you think. Do it by committee, like a team. I'm gonna have a little sip before I go for all these because I feel a bit dry there at the back. Lovely. So I.R. Graham, second win of the round. Fantastic. That helps his championship. In second, Noxie. Noxie. What can I say? I mean, the win was on, but I don't think there was anything you could do. As soon as I.R. Graham has caught you up. What was his tyres like in the end? They weren't that worn either, were they? Nice on your tyres, Noxie. And that, my friend, is your highest finish so far this season. Long may it last. Great stuff. Brilliant stuff. Fantastic. Liam Anfield getting a podium. He was 2 6th places earlier. He has had a win in the last round, and he had a podium in the first round. In fourth, Gazman, fourth, to go along with his fourth from the first race. Fourth, his highest finish. He wants to get on that podium, keeps getting close. It's got to be there soon. Matt Psycho, what a comeback. We saw him right at the back of the grid at some point in this race. Then he's come back halfway up the field to finish in a fine 5th place to go with his win from earlier. 6th for Joker, 6th, that's great stuff. Joker's having a brilliant round this round with an 8th and a 6th. The 6th is his highest finish to date. Well done, brilliant stuff. Going in the right direction. 5th is your next aim, Jokers. Brilliant, I love it. Fantastic. Homesick Alien finishing in 7th place. We saw him fighting with Gale. Liam Anfield near the end of the race there, and I don't know, I think it looked to me like Homesick Alien had outbraked himself in corner 1, was going slower in the middle, and Cale just came across him and probably did not expect him to be there. So Homesick Alien finishing in 7th place. It's not all over for the championship, I'm sure. That's not too bad. Could have been worse. 8th was Jim 1 Wise. In 9th, Cale, we saw, having the coming together with Homesick Alien. Like I said, I don't think he was expecting him to be there. Thought he'd already be gone. He was fighting with Liam Anfield, and I don't imagine he was expecting to see the Homesick sitting in the middle of the corner. In 10th, we have a Jam. Didn't really see what happened to him in the race. He was having a right battle midfield with 3 or 4 of them. Jam finishing in 10th place there. Not a great view of his car, but what can you do? In 11th, Cthulhu. Cthulhu was also up there, wasn't he? Early doors. Did he lose his tyres? Maybe. It does look quite bad at the back left there. So Cthulhu in 11th. 12th for Darren Salmon. We'll find Darren Salmon, I promise you, there in 12th. And 13th for Pat. He was a legend for a couple of laps there in the beginning, doing all the right things, frustrating the fast boys, keeping them at bay. But in the end, I think they just got past him. I don't even know if he wants me to try and get him to cross the line. Let's have a look. Oh, that was it, isn't it? We're over. I was expecting another race. Wow. I better wrap things up then, my friends. So that was the round 4. I was ready to go again. Look at me, all set. Bring it on. Go 4 rounds next time. 4 races around. So, yes, that was that. That was the Porsche Sprint Trophy Season 1, Round 4. 2 more rounds to go. I could tell you where they are. Get you all excited. Sorry for it. What's coming? What's to come? I've got to go to photos. That's where they were. Okay. I'll tell you where it's it. Dragon's Trail. Oh, I wonder which one. I don't know. I love Dragon's Trail. Oh, I can't wait. It's Dragon's Trail next week. Oh, brill. Oh, man, that's awesome. And Interlagos on the that last race, which is just as cool. But Dragon's Trail, we hardly ever do Dragon's Trail here. VRC. Oh, yeah. Oh, I hope it's Gardens. I don't care if it's Seaside. I don't care if it's Gardens or Seaside. They're both cool. They've both got cool corners. Seaside's got the awesome chicane of death, and Gardens has got that awesome, huge, keeps on turning, like, and then you go under the bridge and up to the hairpin, and oh yeah, man, that's going to be so cool, so cool. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I know you're not watching live. I don't expect anyone except for Mika. Thank you, Mika, for sticking with me. Really boring for you. I didn't help to get you off to sleep. It seems still around. Yeah, I think she's asleep. So. But I'm sure you're going to watch it later, especially the guys who... I do it mainly for the people who are in it. For you 13 guys who put the effort in. Oh, Mika, my pleasure. That's beautiful, thank you. But yeah, I mainly do this for the guys who race in it, to watch it back. I know it's not like a live event that we do at the weekends and stuff like that. It's just something for them, for taking part. So I've got WRX challenge to do soon. So you keep your eyes open, that'll be dropping. Next Friday's a double header. Awesome. I advertise at the end of these. Like I said, no one watches them live, so they watch them 2 weeks and think, oh, I missed that. But yeah, double header, but it'll be on YouTube. So a double header next week with the Audi TTs at Blue Moon Raceway. Blue Murder Raceway, I think it's jokingly called. It could be an infield, could be just come and check it. If I don't tell you everything, there's an air of mystery that makes you want to come in and see what Audi TTs look like at maybe an oval, maybe an infield. You'll have to come and find out. And then on the Saturday, infield day. Okay, Mika doesn't want no air of mystery. She wants you to know it's infield day. And then there's an hour of focused green hell on a Saturday. I've got to get on top of that. I've got to find the names to make sure they're all still turning up, because if there's not enough of us, obviously I won't broadcast it or just join in. But hopefully enough people, nutters, want to drive around the Nordschleife for an hour in a Ford Focus rally car, and that, I think it'll look awesome. So hopefully get plenty of people in the room for that. That's everything. I think we're having a bit of a break over Christmas. I think, like I said, 2 more rounds of the Fuji. I think there's three or four more rounds left of that's going into the new year. The WRX Challenge will be going into the new year. Next weekend we've got the double header, and then the weekends after that I don't think it's all quiet for Christmas. So, you know, I can go to my other job of getting the elves in order, getting the sleigh all packed up, get my big red costume on, and crack on. Don't get much time. Got a lot to do. So I was your commentator, broadcaster, Mike. Mike's always a worry, isn't it? If it starts with Mike, you never know what that second one is. I don't think I've ever gone across that line yet. But I was your commentator, Mike Litterus. Thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Cheerio.